Home is where the heart is, and certainly my heart is in this Angus Glen. My great grandparents worked in this glen, possibly living in this cottage. They had 14 children. John Gibb married Elizabeth Ann Davison. He was a shepherd in the glen. Here they are, seated second and third on the left at a wedding. My wee blonde mother is on her father's knee. It's James Hutchin, married Violet Gibb. Unfortunately, he was a farm grieve and he was kicked by a Clydesdale horse in the leg and died from leukemia later. I'm sure John Gibb, my great-grandfather, a shepherd here, would be turning in his grave at the sight of all the wool being burnt and completely worthless now. It's nice to see and hear ravens in the glen. There's a few young common buzzards meowing away in the background here in the trees. Nice to see the raven flying around, such a strong bird. We now have quite a population of red kites in this glen. It's nice to see them buoying in the wind. On a windy day like this, there's lovely birds. I sometimes come across adders resting and basking in the sunlight at this particular point, but today is rather windy, it's a bit cold and very autumny feel, so they're not out. Yeah, I have a new passion now for looking for water voles and some evidence of water voles in the glens in Angus. They are here, but quite rarely seen. So I found this burrow, and I imagine it might have been used by a waterfall. This golden eagle has become a high-flying art critic, and this male usually comes to have a wee nosy whenever I'm out sketching. You're never far away from the sound of running water in Glen Esk, and there's quite a few whisky bothies in the distant reaches of the glen. You may be very lucky to see a golden eagle soaring over the hills of Glen Esk. There have been 3 breeding pairs in the area. Unfortunately, one of the eyries was completely destroyed by Storm Babette last year. This is the only glen in Scotland that is recorded of producing golden eagle triplets on 2 occasions, down to the number of red grouse on the moors and estate management. Red deer hinds seek out a sheltered spot to give birth. Unfortunately, I found a breech birth last year, a dead hind. I suspect that this is the same thing has happened to this hind. You occasionally find antlers that have been gnawed away, and they're either gnawed by the sheep or deer themselves for minerals. We have an amazing natural heritage here in Glen Esk. Let's hope it's left undisturbed for the future.